I'm back. You want to know why I'm laughing? I just did the telehealth, whatever it is. Um, and I haven't touched the computer since. Um, and I came up in his little box in the corner. It was more, he was huge. So I was huge to him, vice versa. This is his view. He was probably like, okay, hope I didn't creep him out. Meet Courtney. So I literally didn't even move. So I got to get up and stretch, grab a water. I stayed here the whole time. So I got to get up and stretch, grab a water, go pee, and then we'll continue this. But this is the view he just got. I don't mind, but imagine if like someone is like scared of it. You know what I mean? More or less when people ask what I do, or if I do something on the side, or we're having a conversation at work, majority of the time I get, oh, that's cool, you know? But I did kind of, I mean, I don't know. So he's probably like, she got a crystal ball right there. What do you do for work? I was like, I'm actually affiliated with you. So you got a side job? I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. All right. I'll be right back. Gotta go pee pee. I'm not going anywhere. Gotta get a water. I gotta take Lucy to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to let Lucy out. Okay. I got 2 waters. I gotta wake up Sheldon too. All right. So we're back. We're back. Part 2. We're back. All right. Let me just put this. I don't know. I just had 100 and something of you watching. I don't know if I can get you back on like that because I kind of just want to get into this and finish it. Gotta wake up Sheldon today. Got a nail appointment. So, hey. All right. All right, so let's do this. Let's get back to where you can see it. All right, that phone call with Kata earlier, he's like, sorry, I was calling a different patient, so decided to come in. Nothing was your fault. It was the patient's fault and mine because I didn't ask her name. I'm like, how do you not ask your patient the name? I'm waiting for him to get back to me. I still forgot to put the orders in, though. I'm almost positive I did. And I know she's coming back in. Okay. Let me just change the name of the first read. Give it like, what's that, at like 10 minutes. I'll change the name of the first read, and then we'll get back into this. Lucy's chewing a bone. Oh my God, I gotta stretch my back. Hold on. Oh, I gotta get her a bowl of water too. All right, Lucy, water. I got water. Oh, yes. God, got back to me. Hi, Cassie. Okay. I can't find the little caution thingamajiggy. Let me just write caution and see if it, there we go. There we go. Okay. All right, so you guys are going to have my undivided attention. Let me just see. Yes, it was there the whole time. I'm super sorry. It's been issue after issue today, and we've had a long wait this morning. My emotion mind took over, and I sincerely apologize. Absolutely no worries. Because I remember for almost like 3 days, I'm like, don't let me forget to tell you about that patient. It's all good. I really thought I messed up on my end. It happens, not a big deal. I was just really hoping that it would get taken care of. If it was something on my end, I would have felt awful because that patient had been through a lot. Hang in there. I hope you have a great day and an awesome sauce fucking weekend. Cheer up, Buttercup. Okay. My next appointment is at 2. So let's just do an hour and a half. Hopefully it might not take that long, but just in case it does. Oh, that's an hour and a half. Oh, I got more than that. Okay. Let me take my Tylenol. So there's not much I can in case they watch this first. What was this, like a 10-minute mark, I think? And then I will mark this one. Okay. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
What do we at? I got a timestamp for you.
Oh, look at that. It was perfect timing. Read starts around 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So that's done. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me take this. I couldn't swallow that. I don't know what that was all about. That I was just on the fucking struggle bus. That was very strange. Okay, hold on. I feel like it's like in my throat. Trying to think if there's like an open cracker or something. I just need to swallow something. It didn't scare me, but like, I don't know. Probably a message for you guys too. All right. So, what are we? 15, 16 minutes in. Let me look at this a minute and see where I want to start again. Because I know I'm just going to pull on this. And I know we were talking about the cycles. And I know that's important. but I want to explain that when I start this. So I really don't feel like there's too much more besides the fact that clearly there's something going on behind your back that you're unaware of, but you're aware of. You're not naive to knowing that clearly something's going down. You know what I mean? So Mingya, guys, it's still in my throat. It's very strange feeling that I have. And it took me that was in my mouth for like 15 seconds. So before I could swallow. So felt like I was going to choke on it. Okay. It got real quiet. So I think I'm just gonna, what are we, 1840? Started at 14, 18. Almost said I started at 14. I don't really need to sum it up. Well, I guess I can sum it up. We clearly know something's going down behind your back, right? We already know that's despicable energy. It's just like unbelievable. You literally just need to watch part 1, okay? Because now we're going to read on this, because this is what's more important, okay? We all put ourselves in certain situations and vulnerability and hope for the best, or we feel like we're doing the right thing, or we're helping a friend, we're doing this, or we don't want to deal with our own shit, so we entertain other people's shit. Like it's not the end of the world. I really feel like some of you had a lesson, others you did not have a lesson regarding this situation, this person. The lesson is clearly on this end, frickin' frack, still continuing to do frickin' frack shit, okay? Lots of jealousy. This is like disgusting energy, because I'm telling you right now, for the last 18 months, 12 months, 9 months, and some of you 5 months have dealt with this woman's insecurities and jealousy, and she's only staying in a certain situation because a friend or somebody else came in. It's just, I hear like catastrophe. So, but it is, so to me, something's going to end, and it could start with you leaving the scene, but I doubt it. I doubt it. This is somebody that's avoiding catastrophe because they feel like it's going to be catastrophe. But in all reality, it's despicable. So it's like, whether this individual feels like they used you or not, they did. They did, because they didn't do the right thing while you were there trying to help. Whether you told them you were there to help or not, or you were just trying to be a friend. Because now we're going back to the cycles. And this is what I was referring to in part 2, where if this started 2 years ago It was summertime. I was talking about the ring of fire. A majority of us got out of our own karmic situation, learned lessons. It was the ring of fire, one of the reads. It was right around there, and new energy was coming in. Um, Others of you, it could stem for 3 years ago, it's telling me. But a majority of us, this year would be the third summer. Majority of us, it started 2 summers ago. Well, I think it was 3 summers ago, you were tested with a different situation. And then 2 summers ago, I don't know if you came in to help this situation or last summer. This time around, this energy of the taboo or the spiritual was the catalyst. Before this scenario played out for you and them, like the shoe was on the other foot, like you weren't the catalyst, a catalyst came into your life. So you were probably spiritual bait, not in a bad way. A majority of you probably already knew. Well, there's a difference between spiritual bait and catalytic and a catalyst, but a majority of you probably already knew you were putting yourself in a scenario that probably didn't have a good outcome. But it was a friend. Because I'm seeing something play out again as if this should have played out the minute you stepped through somebody's front door. Get what I'm saying? As if it's happening all over again. And that tells me that you played part of this person's patterns. There wasn't a pattern that broke here. No one broke patterns. And you were probably telling this person for the last year or 6 months, teaching them about patterns or telling them, I can't keep doing this. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this is wisdom, this is knowledge, but you still stayed, but you weren't really there. Because you weren't getting fed. So you probably did it out of the kindness of your heart or something, but you weren't really there. I can tell for the last year that you weren't really there. I can tell by our reads and certain stuff and needing to change the energies and stuff, right? But you still were able to communicate with this energy, however that went down for you guys. So frickin' frack has still been doing a lot of stuff behind your back. You might get an offer coming in this weekend, whether it's coming towards you or it's between frickin' frack. I think it's between frickin' frack. But it's like not dealing with it. Or you offered to help this energy out, but with conditions or boundaries, and they weren't having it. Not today, not dealing with the conversation, angry, you know what I mean? Like somebody has completely kept you in the dark, whether you guys agreed on that or it's just somebody who didn't want to be open about what was going on behind the scenes. But for the last 9 months or 6 months or 5 months for sure, this other energy knew that you were here, you were a friend, that you were there. Whether you guys slept together or not, or you were really just a friend, this is somebody who was assuming you guys were sleeping together, or they knew this energy had more fun with the 3 of Cups hanging out with you than they did with the past person. Okay, so, and there's still shit going down behind your back. It's like this energy is refusing to give you clarity or something. You're dead in the middle of the spread. And frickin' frack, I still, something went down, like I said, last March, April, or May. And it's rolling around again. So I really feel like if this has been 2 years plus, or 5 months ago, whatever it is for you, I feel like this is something that should have been dealt with the minute you walk through somebody's front door. So I feel like it's happening again. And it's just time for you to be out. And it's not because you're angry that someone's not telling you where they're at, or it's about you. So that's great. So there might be anger from this end, anger from that end. All I know is that you need to take yourself out of the middle. I know you're not purposely putting yourself in the middle, but you're still placed in the middle here. Get what I'm saying? You're at the point where you know it's just time to move forward. It's there around you is toxicity. There's there's no way you were still hanging out with this person, or vibing back and forth with conversations, and it was kosher. It just there's no way, because you were the catalyst, but Frick and Frack have not learned their lessons, and Frick should have learned their lessons by themselves, and Frack should have learned it too. But Frick and Frack are staying in a situation out of jealousy. This is a very emotional situation, I think, on all ends. All cups over here, all cups over here. It seems like more like this woman has zero self worth, knows you're there, doesn't say anything or speak up. There's probably been some arguing regarding you for off and on for a long time now, if not 10 months or more. There's still jealousy, there's still interference. Somebody was pissed off that you guys were hanging out more last spring or something. And now this spring is coming full circle again, because frickin' Frack are not fucking learning. And I think you're just like, I can't do this anymore. And I feel like you've probably been saying that, but I don't know if you were guided to stay in a situation. If you're anything like me, I'm always guided to stay in a situation. I tend to listen to the guides more than my own gut. And I don't think that's a bad thing. There's plenty of times where I know I got to listen to my gut, and there's sometimes I don't listen to the guides. But I do tend to listen to them more than my own gut. And this is something from my own personal experience when I shared it with you in the previous read, that I knew better not to get involve myself in this situation, somebody from my past like that. I knew better because I knew what was going down. But I was guided into it. And I knew the friend needed me. And in all reality, they did take advantage of me, whether they see it that way or not, like they took advantage of you. Because you're now at the point where you know you need to move forward, because this person has been repeating the same patterns. The frickin' Frack are fucking not learning. It is that simple. And the energy will put you in the same place where you fucking started until you figure it out. I feel like you probably helped and guided along the right away, but it didn't sink in. Like there's like this energy, like they could have appreciated you coming in, or it doesn't matter. Like they still didn't learn. Like this energy knows better and yet still does not move forward because they're afraid of confrontation. You are dealing with a masculine or a feminine, like that will not confront a situation right now. And it's because they're fearing the outcome. They're fearing the judgment. They know if they face judgment, it's going to be a fucking scary opposition. That's destruction. But it's despicable. This is somebody who should be disgusted with themselves, honestly. This is not somebody standing up for themselves. This is somebody who can't sleep. This is somebody who knows better, but doesn't do the right thing. And right off the rip, I accept challenges is the best way to learn. Well, this is somebody avoiding the challenges, unfortunately. Okay. The self-worth situation, abundance wanted to pop out, but I wasn't done. Where's your happiness lie? I don't even need to get into all of that, because at this point, I don't care about their lessons. And I hate to sound so brutal, but I don't, because these energies know better. You knew better. It is stuff going on behind the scenes that you should know about, that you don't know about, because they're keeping it from you. This is not somebody keeping it from you to avoid or to benefit you. Okay. They're keeping it from you to benefit them. I don't know if they feel like if they don't tell you, you feel like they feel like you might hang on more, like it's seductive, it's mysterious, but to you, you're just like, yuck. Okay. So this person has to face this challenge because this is a lesson, and Seven of Swords speaks of challenge, and it's reversed. Seven of Wands. They don't want to. They don't want to deal with this fucking challenge. They don't want to deal with this woman. But the fucked up thing is that this woman has known about you, friend or lover, whoever you are, for over a year or longer than 10 months. Seriously, we got 10, 6, 17, 18, 19, 19 months now. This woman has known that you walked through that front door. But yet there she is because she has her own lack of worth. She'd rather stay in a situation and bitch and argue than for a frickin' frack to clear their own fucking karma. You know? So this person knows I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire into physical reality. It's their own happiness. But they don't want to face this challenge. And this one, it's just her own insecurities. Somehow, with her being jealous or something, it made him feel better. But now it's just destructive. At first, it made him feel better, but now it's just destructive. And he's not doing what's best for him because he knows in a way he betrayed her, whether it's the kid's mother or his wife or his ex-wife. He knows it's still betrayal. But she betrayed him too. So there's so much going down behind the scenes. And she's staying on for emotional reasons, or she's got this emotional thing going on. And I don't know if it consistently sucks him in because he's got a giant heart, because it's his karma to face. So he's got a bigger challenge because it's karmic. So even though she could have been the one to walk away or did something wrong first, like it doesn't matter. This is excuses. Because it's his lesson, it's his challenge. So he's the one that has to pick up on like self-worth and do what's best for him, but he won't face opposition because he got caught up in so many fucking lies. Even though she knew she was in the picture clear as day, he still lied about it or like laughed it off. You know what I mean? Like it's taboo. I would never, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if he brought you in to spite her, because I think at one point you all knew each other anyway, or you're just somebody from his past. And when they split or something, he hit you up or vice versa, and you came back into the picture. But chances are you were probably just friends or hanging out, or you were at a party dating. You got back together. I don't know if he hid it from her or if it was already out in the open, and he did that to spite her because of what she did first. Because I know how karma works. I know how shit has to play out, just like we all do. We're not naive. This energy was not naive. If you're anything like me, you knew. But you also were probably spiritual bait or didn't realize the extent of something. Or you realized the extent of something, but I don't know, every situation would be different. There's no way you did not know that she was involved. So he's got a lot of weaknesses right now that needs to be faced, and he's not. So he hasn't learned a lesson. His behavior sucks. He keeps repeating fucking patterns, and she's tolerating it because she has insecurities and zero fucking self-worth. Very insecure when it comes to this woman too. Very insecure with something that went down between them or you two in the past. And it's like constant interference here. She keeps interfering, and frick is allowing it, or frack is allowing it. Frickin' frack. You know what I'm saying? Like they are not learning. Oh, I want to come in with an offer, but give like zero clarity, or they're purposely not telling you, nope, not today. like intentionally not telling you or something, and the cycle needs to be wrapped up, but it's not being wrapped up. They're trying to compromise, they're trying to do this, like still trying to get their fucking way. And I don't know if it's through emotional jealousy, because is again, this woman is playing with somebody's emotions. It's all fucking cups. And this energy is fully aware of what's going on around her. She's not stupid. Somebody definitely misjudged her intelligence or psychic ability, manipulated it somehow. Because again, I'm still getting that very taboo vibe. Whether she's not okay with it or he wasn't okay with it. Whether you don't even have to be a card reader like me, just spiritual, being spiritual yourself. So many people would judge that, especially if they're a different religion. And that definitely went down. There's no way it didn't. Because she's jealous. Okay. And he likes it when she's jealous because he's still with frickin' frack. He's still not learning with frickin' frack. See what I'm saying? So in a way, it makes him feel like he's in control. He's got the upper hand. He's got some type of power. He likes when she's jealous. Makes him feel good. Makes him feel wanted. You know, that's why it's like disgusting. Despicable and disgusting. You might be dealing with D's. You got a double D here. I don't even feel like it's her lesson. I feel like it's his lesson because you were the catalyst. So if you're in the same sex, it's the lesson is on the person that never left the other person, this person behind. Because here's the spiritual one, and here's the friend or the lover, whoever it was to you. She was the one that was part of his or her life. Okay. So it's not her lesson to leave. She's probably the one that left first or something. Because then she came in and got all jealous. See what I'm saying? Like something had to have happened clearly before you came in the picture on her end. Because again, it's karma. We know how karma works. He liked that she was jealous. He felt like he had control. So her lesson is probably self-worth too. His is to stand up for what he really wants or the directions he wants to go in. It's a fucking shit show. I feel like she did something wrong though, but yet still blames him. She uses emotional manipulation. But something needs to be finalized that's not finalized because this one's avoiding it. This one doesn't want to deal with her. Her lesson is change and perseverance and moving through. I understand nothing can move or grow. So she's fully aware that nothing's moving and growing. Okay. She's completely aware of that. But I feel like that actually might be you, even though that's her. So this could be your own self-worth, knowing that there was a third party, knowing that there was somebody here, and you love yourself enough to take yourself out of this shit fucking scenario with somebody from the fucking past that's not fucking learning. But this person's not learning because they feel like they have the upper hand if they keep you in the dark. It's a shame. It's a shit show. It's a complete fucking shame on how this person thinks. Because to me, this is, you know how to persevere. You can accept change. The other energy with zero self-worth does not want this change to happen because she's still interfering. Frickin' frack have been doing stuff behind your back, sexual or not. Keeping something going that should not be going because it's karmic. Her lesson wouldn't be to accept change here. Because it's almost like she knows she has the upper hand. So either this is, you know, that nothing was changing. The situation isn't changing. 3 of Cups is fucking upright. This could be your own self-worth, and you're like, I don't have shit to say. I don't need clarity. I don't need confirmation. I don't need closure. Triple C's. It'd be more. It'd be a quadruple. And then we got Star. So again, you could have been guided. And then we got Lust to get out of a situation. And we talked about this. So some of you, this is your own self-worth, taking yourself out of a situation. It's time for you to heal from this shit show. She's right here in this reading, right with you, though. And you know it's a shit show because that's the Page of Wands reversed. 6 of Wands reversed. It's like you can't win no matter what you do. Someone won't allow you to win. No matter what you say, what you do, it doesn't matter. You can't win. You're in a situation where it's like you can't win. And it's not like winning, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like no matter, it is what it is. So it's like you being guided out of a situation because you know shit's going down behind the scene. You know that nothing's changing because there's no growth. There's no evolution. You know this energy was holding you back. And some of you, unfortunately, it really was just a friend. You know for a fact this is holding you back. And I hate to keep getting interrupted like this, but it's Carter again. That's another C. And when I was talking about you, I saw 1144. So that is a message for you. Spiritual meaning of 1144. $11.44 is a message from your angels to look at different ways to getting your work done more efficiently, leaving situations that are not good for you. Listen to your intuition and your angels so you have more positive energy coming toward you and around you, okay? Listen to the next steps. This is all about the next steps. You know it's time to ascend. You know it's a time. You know you're being guided. You know you need out. It's the message letting you know to look at different ways to getting more work done. Listen to you. I just did that one. 1111 tells you to keep your thoughts positive and optimistic as you undertake an important new role or an adventure. Your positive energies and attentions and actions will manifest exactly what you want. Trust that the angels are steering you in the right direction. 1144 encourages you to keep striving ahead and don't take no for an answer. You are on the right path and don't let anything or anyone deter you. Expect miraculous answers to situations to appear as you need them. All right, so you're fully aware you're being guided out of a situation. There's still a third party going on. Okay, there's people around you that are not learning. Carter, thank you for being so understanding. I really appreciate it. Okay, so those are the type of friends you want in your life. FYI. Someone who appreciates you and work. You know what I'm saying? This energy, you're being guided out of it. Frickin' frack are not learning. This person is not like, oh, I need change. They've known they need to change. They know they're being held back, but they're not doing anything. The energy is reversed. If this was upright, this is somebody that's ready to face the fucking consequences, but they are not. They are hands down, no fucking way ready to fucking face their own shit. Okay? You're fully aware of that. This is High Priestess energy. I'm about to take this all away from you and just read on you because what's going on around you, Spirit just said, don't get deterred, whatever that word, deterred. Don't get distracted by other people around you. Okay? So to me, you have this self-worth. And whether it's your happiness or not, it's frickin' frack is still entertaining frickin' frack. Don't tell yourself that that's not happening. Time to walk away. This is not Spirit giving you a heads up that this other energy is walking away. No. Nope. Let's be fucking realistic, okay? This energy had plenty of time. This energy has had 2 years to fucking walk away from a situation, but her jealousy kept him in a spot that made him actually feel good. That's like it. Oh, two women want me, or but you know what I'm saying? Not consistently, but that was definitely a thing. You are absolutely guided to leave this bullshit. So I did for the high priestess energy, death. I'm learning that endings are nearly a new beginning, and then service. I feel good when I help others. Okay. So you, again, it's like the same message. You helped a friend or a lover or something. It's everything I explained in part 1. Okay. But it's over now. This energy is not learning, and they're still repeating patterns. Frickin' frack have still not finalized a situation. You have somebody, and even if it's something is finalized and you don't know about it, you don't know anything about it because this person chose not to tell you, how good of a friendship is that? They did it to have the upper hand. They didn't do it for your well-being. Okay? Time to go. And you already know. You helped somebody. Now it's time to fucking go. Don't continue to convince yourself that this person needs help and you were sent in and blah 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 blah. Yep. Well, time's up. You want to know why? Because frickin' frack did not handle what needed to be handled. Okay. Now there's an offer coming in that you don't know about because there's shit going on behind your fucking back. And other people don't want to do anything. And you got worry. I'm learning that worrying doesn't change an outcome. So someone over here is still worrying about how something is going to go down. Tell me about compromise over here, snake-like energy, the world. Like, it's a cycle that is like you can't go back to it. And now it's affecting other people's health. It's affecting their health, his health. However, it goes down for you guys. Tell me about this 5 of Cups. So Spirit's going to stop playing take away from other people. And discipline. I can accomplish what I put my mind to, but somebody is not accomplishing what they're putting their mind to. This looks like vindictive energy. Like determined to stop someone. Determined to stop somebody from going in a new direction. Determined to stop a friendship. Because you got friendship at the bottom of the deck. How fucking coinkydinky is that? This energy is determined not to see two people together. This is a woman that might come in and start fucking wrecking havoc on your life, their life. This woman should not still be in their life, but still is lingering. They could have kids, and she'll always be in their life. But this is somebody over here that should have already took care of this other fucking woman that's throwing a fucking hissy fit and trying to fucking stop. Because this is a lesson. Stop interfering. Stop being malicious. It's the other woman that is jealous, and this energy liked the fact that she was jealous. Because he had 2 women to choose from, 2 decisions to make. Cocky motherfucker. So she's determined to end you guys' friendship. She's determined to keep coming in to make sure that she stays head honcho. She definitely wants to be the HBIC in this situation. And he's fed into that and allowed her to do that and allowed her to play that fucking role. This energy is determined. Fucking straight up determined to ruin a friendship or keep 2 people apart. Okay? So we don't need to keep reading on this shit. Okay? So we just summed up part 1. So now what we're gonna do is get rid of this shit. Good chance this is your own self-worth. And you don't even need closure on this situation. Okay? We don't give a flying fuck about this shit anymore. You guys, my YouTubers, should now be in a position where you know there was another card with this time. You know you're being guided out of this situation. Okay, there's that third party. Okay, you know you're being guided out of this situation. You came in, you helped. You're not allowing yourself to be juggled anymore. So everyone's situation is going to be a little different on how you got here. Okay. So you were the catalyst for this situation. So it makes sense that you were guided in and out of this person's life for the last 2 years or 5 months. Some of you 3 years. Okay. So I also feel like this is something you went into not even taking a spiritual approach, to be honest with you. That's how you ended up so deep into this, because you were really trying to help a friend. And then you realized, for some people, for those who picked up on it already, you realized that you were the bait, or you were the spiritual bait, the catalyst, and you were being guided into a situation. That's why you stayed for the amount of time you stayed in. This is a clear message that Spirit is telling you it's done. Whether this person plays part of your life, future or not, it doesn't matter. Here and now, right now, it doesn't serve you to be in this energy. It doesn't serve them to be in this energy, but we're going to now leave them out of this, because this is now about you. This does not physically serve you. This could literally be affecting your health, because now this is all about energy. There's no way in the last 5 months or longer has this been feel-good energy. I really feel like it's been fluctuating energy. You've been in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. This person did you wrong. And this was a friend. They probably didn't have intentions on how this was all going to play out, or intentions on hurting you, because you were friends. But the point is, they still intentionally strung you along for this amount of time. So it was intentional. At certain times, it was intentional, because they had control. Okay? So now, you're taking control away from this person. And I don't think you're taking control away from this person because you're playing fucking games. You've just fucking had enough, because you know nothing's evolving and nothing's fucking changing. There's no pity. There's no time to feel bad for other fucking people. This has held you back from creating what's next for you. And we all stay in stuff for a certain amount of time, for like the right time. See what I'm saying? So it's now time to let this go. You did your job. This time around, it was a job. And for those who it was a lesson, it's your self-worth, but it's just a reminder more than a lesson, to be honest with you. You did help this energy. If you were guided in and now you're being guided out, you did help the energy, whether you see it or not. They may choose not to learn from it. They might, choose not to absorb how something went down. But again, not your problem. And when they do realize it, it's not going to be fucking overnight. So, you have a woman here clearly ascending. Okay. Maiden of Cups. Another woman. That's you guys. If you're my masculine and have been here for a long time, it's just you guys in the feminine energy. Right? You're making a clear decision to be the fuck out. You are starting fresh. Okay? You're a page. You're starting fresh again. It's time. It's you to take care of you, take care of yourself, take care of your own well-being. You were in the middle of other people's karma. So let's see what's next for you. This is you, choosing what's best for you. It's not an easy situation for you. This was a very difficult situation. You're now taking yourself, part of your self-worth. You're now starting another cycle. You're taking yourself out of a cycle. This is a brand new cycle for you. And it's almost like you don't see what's coming. You have to absolutely, hands down, stay devoted to what it is that's best for you. Some of you, this could be a very hard transition for you because you have feelings for this person and you had to take yourself out of a scenario that I think you wanted to take yourself out of. So I don't think it's a scenario where it's like, oh, I really don't want to, because it wasn't serving you anymore. You got to the point where it wasn't making you feel good anymore. I'm literally just got so sick and nauseous. Some of you need to do a detox. I had to stop the read for a minute. This energy that you were dealing with was it was making you sick. It could have been making you sick. Or there was things going on with your health and that scenario was not helping. You're listening. It's time to get in tune with your inner child again. You're about to start something that's exciting. You got Mask and then you got Muse. So something's about to be revealed to you as soon as you're already ascending. So as soon as you take yourself out of this cycle, you're starting a new cycle. To me, it's like almost like a surprise. You don't see the beauty coming. Okay. As long as you stay devoted to you, I've never read this as a surprise. This is, you don't see it coming, which is ironic, which is great. Gives you something to maybe look forward to. But these two cards together, it's time for you again. It's time for your own happiness. What makes you happy? You stayed in a situation that no longer made you happy. You definitely stayed in a situation that didn't make you happy. But you also did it for spirit. My throat's being restricted. When I just held these two energies out, my throat is being restricted. I want to say like that's peculiar, that word that spirit wants me to say, peculiar. That I'm not saying it right. That's obviously we found another word in Courtney's dictionary that Courtney cannot say. Definition of peculiar. I hope they pick up on that. Nope, that's not how it's spelled. Oh yeah. Strange, odd, unusual. Any attempt. Something with higher monarchy here too. Of relating or found in only one person, a thing, or a place. A custom, peculiar. So someone may think you're strange or unusual, but we already knew somebody feels like you're taboo. So something's going to go down in a very peculiar, whatever the fuck, I don't know how to say that. And I'm not even going to attempt to. Something's going to go down in a very peculiar way. But why was my throat restricted? Distinct, distinctive, particular, personal, special, specific, that other word I can't say, and unique, okay? So there's something very unique about you. There's something very special about you. There's something very personal, distinct about you. Let's just use the other synonyms for peculiar, since I can't say that word. So let's just say there's something very unique about you. And to me, it's like a surprise or it's going to get unraveled. Yeah, it's like strange and impossible, kind of impossible to explain. There's something like mystifying here too, which is that taboo. So something peculiar is about to happen too. You're starting a new cycle, but you have to stay devoted to you. But if spirit's guiding you out, I have a funny feeling you're going to listen to spirit or you're going to listen to your own gut. I don't think that energy has pull on you. Remember, you were the catalyst for them. You could have caught feelings, fell in love, however it went down for you, but there's no way in HELL that you know it's a good scenario. It's time for something new. You have to, the feminine here has to get in tune with their inner child again. And there's all different ways to do that. But I think if you stay devoted to yourself, something's just going to come to you. So I don't know if this is something you avoided as a child. Because this is child. Or some of you have been dealing with this person since you were a teenager. Because that's a teenager. And that's a child. So this energy could have thought you were very peculiar, whatever the fucking word is, for a very long time now. I don't know why they're coming into the picture. You're about to start an emotional cycle. You don't see it coming. Look at her. She's looking down. The eyes are closed. You're looking towards the sun. You're healing. It's something unknown looking towards the moon, but she's got a rose. A rose or a gift. Looks like a rose. Eyes are shut here. See what I'm saying? If you stay devoted to you right now, and to me, I don't even have to use the word self-worth. To me, it is. I don't even need to fucking use that word. You have something. You have a surprise. You have something. that you clearly do not see coming. Clear as fucking day. This has, you're being guided to go in a new direction. It's like ending a cycle. It's time to end the cycle. You're fully aware of it. It could be a challenging new beginning, but to me, this doesn't seem challenging. Look at, she's got no face there. You don't see this coming. To me, there's a blessing here. Because if you're doing work for the divine, so there's a test. You're going to be tested too. This is a teenager. This is a younger child. I don't know if you've been linked to this person since you were a teenager. Because he's here, which I don't think is a big deal. It could just be saying you're wrapping up this cycle, right? You can't just wake up and be out of it one day. You were dealing with a friend, but you know you're done with it. So it might be a challenge to kind of stay away from it, or to block it or whatever. The best advice I can give you here is just really seriously concentrate on yourself and what's best for you. You can't get wrapped up in frickin' frack right now. You just can't, because frickin' frack, I'm telling you right now, are not learning. Is shit fucking behavior from frickin' frack. To me, you've had it. To me, there was plenty of times where you had it and you kept getting guided back into it. And it was to benefit them. It wasn't to benefit you. But you were probably aware of that anyway. I wanted to find the other cards, but I am going to get this other deck, but let me just... Best advice card for this Maiden of Cups. It's refreshing, guys, because it really is starting fresh. Challenging information, delays of plans, truth being delivered without tact. Yeah, because it's not about somebody else's feelings, but that wanted to pop out. But best advice for the Maiden of Cups. So that might be you. Just, it's a challenge for you to be harsh with that energy or something, but because they might keep trying to come at you. In the Seven of Fire, defend your beliefs, your decisions, stand up, choose your battles wisely. Yeah, you're being tested. You're about to be tested. I felt that. You must have lost, I don't think you lost yourself, but some of you must lost yourself, but others of you, it's hard to explain what I'm feeling. You would know what that is, but you do have challenging information, delays, or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. That's like being honest and upfront and brutal. It's some type of message. And it's coming towards you. But you need to be the Seven of Fire. So that's telling me, so both these cards are challenges, right? But this is defending your beliefs and your decisions and standing up for yourself. You notice how they're both women too? So if you haven't ended something yet, it's definitely time. You are being guided out of a situation. It's almost like that energy is going to come back at you and it's going to be relentless or something. Because it's almost like I just heard addicted to you. This energy is addicted to you. And you would, because you're vibing high, right? You're spiritual, you're ascending, your vibration is high. So you're going to attract the weak, you're going to attract the dark, you're going to attract challenges. So you need to stay disciplined. You're definitely going to get tested. But I'm just wondering why you're going to be tested, because you already knew what you stepped into was going to be a challenge. So I'm just trying to figure out realistically why you might feel like you can't stand up to this energy or something. To me, you can. So you need to start a new cycle. To me, you would have no problem going towards anything unknown. To me, this is really being dedicated to your own emotional well being. If something doesn't make you happy, don't fucking do it. Stop entertaining it. It's time for you to heal. Whatever, both these images are exactly the same now that I look at it. Okay. So the cycle that you stayed in with frickin' frack has been toxic, or there's been some type of addiction. It's hurt you. Okay. Um it definitely hurt you. I don't know if it's the way you were treated, or you were neglected, or somebody neglected your heart, your soul, they neglected your emotions, they neglected your feelings, they neglected your advice. It's hurt you. I wouldn't go as far as damage, but this energy over here is mending her heart. This energy is holding a seashell over her heart. It's hands down time to take care of you, which we already know that. I just don't understand why it's so blatant in your face like this. You were really hurt with this situation, and I don't think this energy realizes the extent. I want to use the word damage. I really don't think this energy, I don't think they had intentions on hurting you. Okay. But you were emotionally fucked with. I don't know if you experienced something you experienced as a teenager, because this is teenage energy. It's the page, it's the maiden, it's the princess. You got younger child. So I don't know if you knew this person when you were a teenager, or you experienced the same exact situation when you were a teenager. Because to me right now, you're more seven of fire, page of air. This isn't about your fucking feelings, buddy. This isn't about my feelings. Like, get what I'm saying? This is the vibe I'm getting from you. You're ready to start something new. Whatever it is big. It's probably spiritual, but it's big. It's. But this is where I'm stuck for you. So I feel like, because I really feel like this is you now. You got no problem standing up for you. I don't think you realized the emotional damage it did to you. And I hate to use the word fucking damage. This situation was no good for your soul, but it was a job. Or you were helping a friend. You were the catalyst. So it was a job, whether you are aware of it or not. And I know some of you don't want to look at it as if it was a fucking job. But if you're a catalyst, they come in and out of your life to teach lessons. It's a fucking job. And yeah, clearly you probably got hurt along the way. You were dealing with a friend. There was feelings. I don't know if you were once lovers. Like clearly, I get that. But this isn't like saying here and now. I mean, if you're really low and depressed, yes, here and now it's time for you to stand up for yourself and face this challenge. But I feel like this is already you anyway. So this is something that is like the inner you. It's actually baffling. It's blowing my mind. I don't think you realize the extent. I certainly don't think they realize the extent, but I don't think you realize the extent. I don't know if you blocked your heart. I'm sure you got hurt. There was plenty of nights of crying. I'm sure you experienced all that with this person. There's no question. I feel like someone needs a huge bath right here, like a huge bath with like Himalayan salt. Like you need a cleansing. You need to cleanse your diet. You need to cleanse your area. You need to spring clean early. I don't think you realize the extent. If you knew this energy when you were a teenager, if you didn't know this energy, but you experienced the same exact thing, and now you were able to stand up for yourself, I'd say lesson learned, but I don't think there was a lesson here for you. If you're not the comic, there wasn't a lesson. There's still a karmic situation between all three of you, or it was still karmic. You were in a karmic situation. There was still something about something being karmic, but fucking can't pinpoint it because this hands down is you now. It's like not about their feelings. This is all about you now. Like I think you've always played that strong factor, that strong individual self-worth person anyway. Because you came into it, you were a catalyst. If you're not strong and independent, you can't play a catalyst. See what I'm saying? So you didn't tolerate too much bullshit. I mean, you probably went and saw and smelt a lot of bullshit along the way, but you didn't tolerate it. And you're going to be challenged again to stand up and pretty much say, fuck you. But this is what's fucking throwing me. How many of you just repeated, how many of you just repeated the same exact experience when you were a teenager? Because I don't think this is energy that's like you're gonna be sad, and I don't think it's like that. So like I feel like you experienced the same thing when the same situation, whether you saw your parents go through it or you just repeated the same exact cycle you did when you were a teenager. A lot of you. Well, 10 of you that I can see right now. It was either with this person that you knew as a teenager, or it's the same, like the way shit played out was like identical. It's clear as day. That's a fucking teenager. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who thinks because when something went down when you were a teenager and they hurt you and then life went on and you guys reconnected, that you're going to do the same thing to them. I don't know what this is symbolizing. This is a feminine straight up fucking teenager. Whether you just repeated the same exact pattern when you were a teenager and you guys have been friends for that amount of time, or It's or it was a different person, but the same exact shit played out. Because I truly feel like you didn't heal from something as a teenager. I don't think you were aware of it. I think you could have dismissed it and you just played out the same thing, but as a stronger person. Does that make sense? I'm trying to get it to make sense in my head right now. So, for those who don't know the energy or do, I feel like something that went down with you as a teenager that broke you, your first broken heart, something. I think you thought you mended yourself or you blocked it. But you never really healed. So you got thrown back into the same situation with the same person or the same situation with a different person to realize that this was you now. Yeah, see, this is relating to a lot of you. So that's crazy. So I think it might heal you because there's not a lesson here for you. Does that make sense? Because you were the catalyst. It wasn't time for you to have your lesson. Like you already went into this strong. So you definitely just repeated the same exact pattern with the same person or a different person, but it played out the same way, but now this is you. And it actually healed you. Okay. So a lot of you are dealing with this. Okay. Same person or not. That's definitely how this is playing out. So you probably thought you mended yourself. You probably thought you moved on. But it broke you, whether it was your first love or your whatever it was for you. It was never really mended. But now you're mended. It might have been something that you didn't even realize because it was like an emotional blockage. You blocked it out. The pain that was caused or the situation you were in, you blocked it out. You became a different person, went on with your life 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 10 years at the least. Majority of you, I'd say 20 years or more. And now this is you. You were already this person when you went into this because you were the catalyst. You were in to help. You came in to show this person this is what love is like. This is what friendship is like. This is what this is like because you had already mastered your own catalytic situation. So you were there to help a friend or whoever this was to you. And you played out the same exact scenario. And you were already this person when you went into it anyway. So I do feel like with you having to go through this situation, devoting your time, knowing you were dealing with someone fake, I can read this so many different ways, okay? Not being honest with themselves, not being honest with you, other people. It was meant for you to come back into this scenario. It actually healed you. You might still be experiencing the pain or you're not able to feel the depth of it because you haven't accepted it yet, or you're just hearing for this for the first time, so it might hit you, but you're going to be tested because, well, see, I don't know, it's healing though. So whatever you just had to experience also healed you, even though you came in to help somebody. Because it was really about the other person, it wasn't about you. But it was about you, but you didn't even realize it. Spirit actually helped you, and you didn't even know it. I do feel like there's going to be a test here and now, though. Because challenging information, delays, or change to plans, truth delivered without tact. That's like, you can't fuck with me if you want to. I'm not here to spare your fucking feelings. Because now it's about you. Defend your beliefs and your decisions and stand your ground and pick and choose your fucking battles. To me, you don't even want to deal with bickering and battles because you already know what's going on here. So I do feel like, I want my crystal deck. I do feel like this healed you, and or you're going through a healing right now and you didn't even realize it. For those that relates to. Because this, you need to heal from this. And you knew the situation you put yourself in. But I don't think you realize the extent, which I think is kind of beautiful. Because if you knew you were going into something for you and to heal what went down, it wouldn't have played out the way it played out. Because you were really there for them, but you didn't realize it was actually for you. I think if anything, it was for both of you. Like it was a very meant to be. You were guided. So it had to have benefited both of you, whether you realize that now or not. You might start to realize it, but inner child, teenager, first heartbreak. Empowerment, that's empowerment. So I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who thinks you're going to do the same thing to them, or you came back into their life, if you know this energy, to get back at them, and that's not even a fucking thing. But for some reason, I'm still getting that same message because somehow he's linked here. And then others of you, whether you know this person or not, or you saw your parents go through exactly what you just went through. Whatever it was actually healing. So it was probably healing for you, and it was the lesson for the other person. That's a big deal. That's like the lesson over here. I don't think it went down the way it was supposed to. Okay? I don't think somebody has enough fucking balls. And that's just the way it is. You got to be that person to call that shit out too. To me, your job's fucking done. Okay? This actually healed you from something that went down 20 years ago with the same person, 30 years ago, 40, or something with your parents, you broke conditioning. This is more about you, though. I don't think you realize your pain. So that means there was a blockage. So the pain might kick in, to be quite fucking honest with you. If it does, so be it. Absorb it. Work with it. Cry. Because it's not about frickin' frack anymore. Be careful, because it's like the fish is trying to talk to you. So there is some type of test here too. But I wouldn't worry about that. Did you learn? Did you not? Because they didn't learn. Did you learn? But it wasn't your test. This is every chakra. If you have clear quartz, it would work really well for you. Okay. The awakening crystal is the most powerful crystal on this planet. Is classified as a teacher crystal. It was put on this earth for humanity, for healing and transforming emotional situations that have gone down with your body. It holds within it the secret of healing an emotional body on a massive scale, working with the group or the consciousness, or assisting the planet on bringing oneness to the world or the community. Holy shit, this is so much. The powerful medicine encourages you to let go of all the dysfunctional emotional truths that you now see in situations. It assists you in, and another D, dysfunctional, okay? It assists you in the healing of all types, inviting you to look at the deep warmth within your own soul so you can now ascend or awaken. Connecting to this crystal allows you to clearly understand your emotional wounds and gain a sense of emotional intelligence and well-being. It amplifies your buried emotions. I knew it. Hands down. Buried emotions allow you to surface while supporting and holding you as you dive deep into your wound. As your heart opens and self-love is experienced, your awareness expands and you will receive a gift, but this gift will be a challenge. One of the emotions that are brought into balance will feed less addictive energy, depression, anxiety, or separation in your life. This crystal works great to embark on the journey of loving and accepting the shadow side of your psyche so you can feel safe again. This powerful space within your hidden chambers, it is to create awareness about why or how people triggered you. This hands-on happened to you as a teenager, and you straight up just repeated it. And when you were a teenager, you buried what happens, whether you were aware of it or not. You could have buried that intentionally, or you just didn't. So this is basically saying you never really ever opened up again since then. Because this wants to open your heart chakra. So no matter how loving and compassionate you are and how wonderful life is with even ups or downs, there's certain energy when it comes to emotional healing that needs to be done. So I don't think you were ever able to give your heart solely, maybe to your children if you have children, or to friendships, but not to partnerships. Because your experience that you just experienced all over again was to actually heal you. And they had their own lesson. But I hate to say it, frickin' frack, I'm not fucking learning. That might be your challenge, because it's just talked about a challenge, and you got another one coming. Again, to just leave this go, you could have a wonderful man or woman about to step into your life that you don't see coming either. It could be somebody brand new that is going to love you for who you are and every little inch of you and your body and your soul. And your challenge would probably be to continue to be who you are, but to also love again. I guess like in a, a different way. I don't know. I know this relates to me too because I shared my story and I'm oblivious to it, but it makes sense because you already had that self worth. See what I'm saying? So if you're anything like me, you probably didn't even like realize that you after your first heartache or something, and that doesn't typically happen after your first heartache. So if you experienced it with the same person, that might make sense. But if you experienced it and it was with a different person, it probably stems from like the ages 4 to 8, 4 to 10. Something you saw go down with your parents or how you were raised or something like that. Because now it's accepting the shadow side. Okay. It creates awareness about why people could trigger you. You would not see something in something unless you had it within yourself. Understanding this, if someone pushes your buttons or tries to trigger you emotionally within you, you will realize that they are giving you the opportunity to set your own traits within yourself. This trait has been unloved or unforgotten. So it's reminding you that self-love is more important, which I think you have. So it's reminding you that your soul comes first. A lot of people have a hard time following their soul. I think you went into this mentally, but now it's time to follow your soul. And I don't think this person does anything for your soul anymore. I hate to say it. Okay. It holds a sacred place. So this person will probably come in and try to emotionally fuck with you. I hate to say it. Sacred place for deep opening from mind to heart, assisting in dissolving all the emotional triggers that allows you to see the emotion that was created. And in this process, you will be able to stop projecting onto others and take back your own personal power and responsibility, freeing yourself from this emotional chain. And if you're anything like me and love is extremely sacred and important to you, you weren't getting that emotional connection in that last relationship you were with. And if you're anything like me, you probably kept saying, there's no emotional support, there's no this, there's no that. It was all about your emotions. But you didn't realize the depth of the situation. So deep clearing and cleansing is needed right now on an emotional level, releasing and transforming grief, fear, or trauma, understanding your own shadow side, and overcoming your own addictions, whether you're aware of them or not. You have also pulled the most powerful card in the crystal into your life today as you are embarking in a self-empowering, and empowerment came out first, journey of transforming your emotional body to bring light into the deeper emotions within you. If you're going through a challenging time emotionally right now, awaken the diva that has arrived to come to support you. And there's something you don't see coming. So there is support coming in. I don't think it has anything to do with this other person. It could, but a majority of you, to me, it'd be somebody brand new. Now is the time to allow this deep, misunderstood emotion, the wounds of the trauma, to heal the core as the being of acceptance of feelings, experience, traumas, and emotions. You no longer have to push away or start to feel down inward in your soul as it's calling you to release the pain and the suffering of the love of the universe. Remember, the emotional trauma is occurring or revisiting you at this time. It can be overwhelming and difficult. If you are struggling to cope, know that you are not alone, and the diva is here to support you through this time of deep healing. As you embark on this sacred healing journey, also remember to be gentle and kind to yourself and do things that nurture your own soul, people around you that support your own progress. You are being called to allow yourself to surrender and to be vulnerable while healing takes place. That's going to be a fucking challenge for you. If it's somebody brand new, it might not be such a challenge. If somebody's meant to be in your life, it's going to be a massive challenge. And you don't see it coming. Because I said it already, these are both challenges. Something is coming your way. If I place you in that destructive energy and you were the Seven of Wands reversed and the Nine of Wands reversed, swords, that was you saying fuck no to vulnerability. But that read still has to do with that other person in your last experience, because that's what this is. So I hope for your sake it's not that person unless you really want it to be, because I think it'd be even more of a challenge. And it would be easier if it was somebody brand new, right? But you don't always get the easy way out. Because to me, it's over. Like, it's time for you to heal. And you can't be in that shitty scenario and continue to help a friend or whatever it is. They're saying it's over. See what I'm saying? So you have to take yourself out of that equation no matter what. If it has to do with that person again, it is a test and a challenge. Because if this person does not serve your soul, and you know with every little piece of your soul that this person is not making you happy and they're not feeding your soul and it's not soothing, no. The answer is fucking no. Because it's about your soul right now. And if you don't make it about your soul, you're not going to complete the healing. As you work with this awakening crystal, and again, it's this is a popular crystal, guys. A lot of people probably have this crystal. Okay. It's the I can't even think of it right now. It's one of the most powerful crystals. Oh, Smoky Quartz. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I have one I'd show you, but it's buried somewhere. But let's unbury it. See what I'm saying? So there's a message there for you too. It's got to be right here. Well, this is Smoky Quartz, but I don't typically work with that one. This is the one I work with. So if you have that, cleanse it, use it. You are encouraged to accept love, to accept and love all the feelings that you have within yourself right now. Love is the key word for this deep healing process. Any addictive behavior may also be surfacing as you let go of old emotions, beliefs, patterns, illusions about yourself, because these addictions or toxins are sometimes is what held to keep the old suppressed emotions inside to feel trapped. Trust that you are strong enough to get through this healing time, and know that your heart, that you are, and you know in your heart that you are deserving and you are ready for this transformation. Allow your heart to open as you meditate on this, or hold, okay, this crystal, as it touches you deeply. Let the tears flow as your emotions, and start to embrace this opportunity of transformation that's about to heal in your life. Strength and courage is filled in every cell of your being, and your heart will expand to true self and acceptance of love. You could also have pulled this card today to remind yourself that you have already been doing this deep emotional healing for some time now without realizing it. Now you are going to gain more of the balance of the emotional side of your life. If this is you, give yourself a hug Pat yourself on the back and know that you're growing in love, wisdom, strength each day. So, whatever you just went through in the last year, 10 months, 2 years, it was to heal you. But I think it would either have to be with the same person or something you experienced as a teenager. It almost played out the exact same way. Or it's something that you witnessed with your parents. So this is a challenge because you still got to stay strong and believe in yourself and do what's best for you. So if the answer's fucking no to that scenario, the answer's fucking no. If your soul is telling you to work on it, it's a different story. But I don't think that's the case. And I'm a pretty good fucking intuitive. To me, to benefit both of you, this person would have had to learn a lesson. And I don't really feel like they're learning. Okay. And for you, it was healing, even though it was not healing. But you were unaware that you were suppressing something since teenager or childhood. Okay. So, like I said, you might even want to just take that bath and cry. If it makes you cry, fucking cry. Because I don't think you realize the depth. If this is me, I didn't realize the depth of what was buried or hidden. I just moved on with my life. First love, it's a pain. You know what I'm saying? You just tell yourself whatever, but what actually went down with your very first heartache as a teenager or in a child was traumatic for you. And somehow your brain just moved forward. So whatever you just experienced with this person brought this up again. I bet you stood nice and tall when it came to what was best for you, because we already know you'd already learned the self-worth. For others of you, you got to start with self-worth, but I think majority of you already had that, whether you lost it. I don't think you lost it. But like I said in the beginning of this read, even in part 1, you weren't getting what you needed out of it. Your soul already knew that. And I think that's another reason why you knew it was time for you to just be out, because the energy was in your face. You were getting sick. You were getting nauseous. You were getting aggravated. You were getting triggered. This person might purposely try to trigger you. So remember who you are here too. But there also is going to be a situation where somebody is going to come in and they are going to give their soul, and you're going to have to match it. You just don't see it coming. But I think if anything, if again, I hate to say it, if you're like me though, you want that emotional connection. You want that emotional stability. That's what you wanted from this scenario, and it didn't fucking happen. So believe it or not, as much as you were in to teach or do this or be a friend, it actually helped you realize, I don't want to be with something that doesn't fucking soothe my soul. Or you just got to the point where you're disgusted, but it still boils down to your soul. And that is the same exact vibe I picked up on when this Ascension card came out. So if you have a smoky quartz, put it around you. Yes, you might be emotional. You might not even fucking see it coming, to be quite honest with you. And this new moon, you're going to see it coming with this new moon. If you need to block this energy, block it. Because it's not about them. Even if they're going to come back and they're meant to be in your life, it's not fucking about them right now. It's about you. And I knew it. The vibe was so fucking strong. I didn't know the extent of it. This is all about you. And as you heal you and you do what's best for your soul, your happiness at the end of the day, you're going to be just fine. because this is like different energy. This is more flowing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not broken. It's the Page of Cups. I mean, it's the Princess of Cups. Like, you know, what you just experienced with this energy was either currently traumatic for you, but I think a majority of you, it was when you were a teenager or a child. And if it was a child, it could be a sibling, or it's what you witnessed with your parents. But you're about to go into a new cycle and you just don't see something coming. But you do have to stay devoted to you, your soul, your own fire, your own light. And I don't think the cleansing part has happened yet. It might happen with this moon that's coming in. So please be careful with what you're entertaining. I feel like someone's going to try to trick you into something, and I want to say that could be my own blockages talking, but I know for a fact that it's not, guys, because we just all saw that. That situation you just ended didn't bring you fucking happiness. There was a lesson here about your happiness, and your happiness starts with your fucking soul. So don't be fooled. Don't feel bad for other people, okay? This situation, there was no grounding, there was no balance, there was no emotional reciprocation. The Two of Pentacles is reversed. There was nothing grounding about the situation that you were in. Right now, it's about what's best for you. Someone new comes in and you're hesitant, go for it. Baby steps, do it, invite it, pursue it. Because your gift will be emotional reciprocation. I don't know if this was your very first love or something you witnessed as parents. And I feel like this came in like a year ago or something. And maybe we just didn't pick up on it. I don't know. But it was way more traumatic than you thought. Like, it was traumatizing. It broke you. And the experience that you just went through has also ascended you. It was actually healing, whether you realized it or not. But I'm telling you, I have this like sixth sense that you already chose and told yourself, I'm no longer entertaining this energy because it's not feeding my soul. It's so potent on the board. Your soul was already telling you, like the decision was already made. So I don't know if someone's going to try to reconnect with you this weekend or around the corner. I don't know everybody's story. You were both in each other's lives for a reason, except this time I think you went in being a friend and you had no idea that it was really for your own emotional well-being, because you were already the Empress going into something. And you came out definitely learning that lesson that your happiness comes first. It's a fucking given. So congratulations. Big pat on your back. I'm dead serious. Because I'm already there and I know you guys are there. It's all over the fucking board. What you were just in did not serve you. And you went in to serve somebody else and to help somebody else. And with you being there does not serve them. Because frickin' frack are still fucking entertaining each other. It's disgusting. Some way, somehow. Or one of frickin' frack is still fucking holding on. They got their own fears. And if you all know each other, I don't think they realized the extent of something that went down when you were a teenager. It was meant for the two of you to connect as a teenager, and it was meant for that pain and all those things. And it was meant to come back together 20 years or 30 years later for you to heal yourself. So this time around, if you have not chosen you yet, it is fucking time for you to wake the fuck up and choose you. Don't make me get on your fucking ass. It's not about the fucking other person. It's clear as day the other situation that you guys just took yourself out of did not make you happy. Because if it made you happy, this isn't your fucking read. So don't come in here and fool yourself. Because that situation was ill. It did not make you happy. It was childish and it was ill. You weren't emotionally satisfied. Therefore, the intimacy was not emotionally satisfied either. It's a given. Now you're stepping out of this empowered, and it's right around the corner. This person comes in, that means, because I felt it here, then that means that person learned, and you guys will figure it out together. If it's not that person, it will be somebody brand new. So right now, if you have to cry, cry. If it hasn't hit you yet, it's going to. And if this is me, it hasn't fucking hit me, but I'm okay with it hitting me. I haven't had a cry like that in a while. Maybe you can kickstart it by cleansing your house, spring cleaning, taking a bath. I would kickstart this. I'm not shitting you. I just got goosebumps. Kickstart this. Don't wait. Don't wait to finish this. Because by the time you're out of this energy, you are going to be blessed with somebody who can absolutely, hands down, reciprocate. There's no question. This comes to personal relationships. It's not necessarily friends or children, or you can't express or give that type of love. This is a personal relationship. This is something that hands down went down with somebody you were intimate with. It's personal. You were still able to love, but your soul was never fed. There hasn't been one person that has truly come in and fed your soul yet. And I can say from my experiences, that's the truth. Because if it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be fucking divorced. See what I'm saying? If he was my person, he wouldn't have cheated. So right now is not the time to fucking fool yourselves. Because I have no choice but to fucking own my shit. I think about it and it's fucking true. It really is fucking true. It was karmic. It was certain shit, you know? But this is basically saying the next person that now comes in, don't be afraid to give them your heart and soul. And I already feel like if you're anything like me, when you went into a situation, even if you caught feelings for this person, you probably went in and allowed yourself to be vulnerable. And they shut you down. Because that's what this was. It was a lesson for them to kind of let you in, and they chose not to. You didn't fight it. They fought it. So now the next person that comes in, Spirit saying, you're going to be more than capable to do this. And it's going to be hard because you haven't done that since this episode. Whatever went down with you as a teenager. It's crazy. And I'm really putting myself in this scenario, and it's fucking true, because if I was in that scenario and I wasn't fed and I didn't experience this, and I kind of know exactly what it's talking about, I'd still be with my husband. He wouldn't be my ex. The other people that come in and out of my life, catalytic or not, I'd be in a happy relationship with somebody. I haven't experienced this cleansing yet. I'm going to be honest with you. I've experienced other different types of cleansing that got me to self-worth, right? And that's through self-love. You just went through a lesson of somebody not appreciating your worth and your self-love that you tried to give them. It's a fucking given that they didn't let you in. But you had to go through that to heal with whatever it is that went down as a child with parents or a sibling, or what went down as you as a teenager. Because I'm telling you, we're already here. That self love, we've already figured that out through catalytic energy and heartbreak and all that other shit. So you probably tried to open up to this energy. You gave it a benefit of the doubt, and they shut you down. And you got yourself out of it already, or you've been saying it for a while. You are already fully fucking aware that it wasn't feeding your soul, because it was all about energy. So you will be challenged, you will be tested, and it's not going to be tested for you to let your guard down. Maybe, but to me, it's more whatever's next. Listen to your soul. If it doesn't feel right, it's not your person, because I don't know what type of test it is. It's either going to be a test for you to let your guard down and try to love, because that's actually going to be a challenge. So I kind of feel like if you're going to get challenged, it might actually be from the same energy or something very similar, where it feels like you might be repeating a pattern. It's going to come at everybody in a different way. And I'm telling you, it's going to hit before the full moon. That's a given. Within the 6-7 days, something's going to hit. Might not be that new person or that person or the test, but the healing energy is hands down going to hit you. I say fucking bring it on. I say, if anything, this other energy coming at you might try to emotionally fuck with you or trigger you. But you've already learned not to engage with that. So I'm just trying to play out different scenarios. Because what's next for you, they are asking for you to, though they're basically telling you it's going to be safe for you to be vulnerable. And that's what you've wanted this whole time. And now you're able to have that because you've mastered self-love. And now you know what's best for your soul. It's a big read. So that's awesome. I mean, it's right now, it's not like so awesome, but it's awesome. Hold on, it's Lonnie. She's with me. I'll make sure she goes out. I'm going to drop her off around 2. So I got to pee. I want to end it, but I feel like they're telling me to pee first and then end it. I don't think there's anything else for me to really pick up on, but if it's telling me to pee first, then let me just pee. You notice how I'm taking care of myself first? So I really think by whatever you just got yourself out of, or whether you're getting yourself out of it this weekend, everything I've said has really hit home or related. Because this is emotional healing for the body and your soul on a massive scale and being conscious of it. Because I already feel like you're already loving and accepting your shadow side. I already feel like you kind of feel safe in your own psyche. So to me, it really does boil down to the experience you just had. Because this is deep clearing and healing on an emotional level. I don't think you realize the extent, which is okay. I don't really realize the extent either. But I do know this is definitely going down for a majority of us because, like I said, if if how my soul, what my soul wants, and if the right person was in my life, my soul wouldn't feel neglected, right? So that's how I know that I'm in the same boat. So release and transform the grief, fear, or trauma. Understanding your shadow side. Majority of you, I don't see that you're dealing with the shadow side, but if this is childhood trauma, possibly, even if it was teenage trauma, you did because you buried it. It was the shadow. Your shadow helped you bury it. But I feel like you're very in tune with yourself anyway, because you came out of this knowing that you weren't getting this. If you came out of this or you're about to come out of this knowing you weren't getting this, you're already in tune with the shadow side. Because you learned the self-worth. But it really does boil down to what your soul wants and happiness at the end of the day. I can't stress that enough. And I've been saying that for a very long time. And if that wasn't feeding you, and we clearly know that it wasn't, the next time around, you're going to be fed for sure because you already picked up on this before I called it out. See what I'm saying? Bingo. You already picked up on this before I called it out. Through that situation you just went through. Self-empowering journey and empowerment came out. Okay. So it really is your time. Whether this person's meant to be or not, it doesn't matter. It's not about them right now. It's not. And if you repeated the same pattern, which a majority of you clearly did, but like how I'm trying to place it, it was probably just as emotional heartbreaking this time because it's like you're repeating the same fucking pattern. Like, and this person knew what they were doing and they still did it. So I'm glad you got to this point because it's almost like you got tested by the same exact person or the same exact scenario and you still came out on top. You went in to help and you still came out on top. You still came out the winner. You didn't let this other energy get the best of you. You didn't let this other energy bring you back to the trauma that they helped create, that you buried. So that person can think what they want, but you came out on top. It was meant, it was probably meant for you not to give them your heart and soul. You probably did in the beginning, but it was meant for this to happen because of the trauma you already experienced with them or the same exact fucking scenario. So if this person truly is meant to be in your life and they've learned too, you guys will figure it out. If they're not, I think you're going to be okay with it because you already realize it doesn't make you happy. And it's sad, but it doesn't make you happy. The right person will step in. Hands down. Yeah, because you like once you allow this, because right now it is time for you to allow this deep misunderstood emotion, right? Because I told you too, I don't quite understand this yet, but we will, All right. The wounds and the trauma will heal the core of our being and accept and love these feelings and these experiences and the traumas and all emotions. You no longer have to push away these feelings down inside your soul because it's calling you to release this pain and suffering because you're already aware. So you've already been experiencing this. So you are at the ass end and you're about to get gifted. Allow yourself to surrender and be vulnerable while this healing takes place. Do things that nurture you and hang out with people that support you. We know this situation was not nurturing you, and we know this situation was not supporting you. And it's ironic because Carter came in with that message. And did you see the appreciation? And he's a friend, but he's a coworker. But I'm just saying, and I said the same thing to you. Surround yourself with people like this. Thank you for being so understanding. I really appreciate it. You as well. Like, have a great weekend. See what I'm saying? Like, be careful who you hang around with. Because this probably won't come up in our readings again like this. There'd be no reason to. Because we're already fully aware. We already knew this was not feeding our soul before I even started reading this for you. You could have pulled this card today to also remind you that you have already been doing this on a deep emotional level for some time now. Know that you are gaining more of the emotional balance in your life. If this is you, give yourself a hug, pat on the back, and knowing that growing in love, wisdom, and strength every day. Because you've already been dealing with this experience with them. Like I said, you've already gotten to the point where this energy is like, yuck. And it sucks because some of you know this person and they were a good friend. Or you thought they were a good friend. But they really weren't a good friend. But you already figured that out anyway. They couldn't be a good friend because they couldn't let go of the past. They couldn't let go of control issues. They couldn't let go of insecurities. They couldn't let go of fear. You know, not your fucking problem. Not your problem. Because you were actually there for you, whether you realize it or not. You thought you were there for them, which you probably were. You were guided into it. Because you're a smart little fucking cookie. You know how to go in and out, right? But it really was for you. You've mastered a lot of lessons that have broken you throughout the years. So now the next thing that comes along really is going to feed you because you have that self-worth, that you have what it takes, right? It's that emotional link that you did not have, that you wanted, that you craved, that you deserve. It was almost like they were meant not to give it to you, but the way it went down was still shitty. There's still a lot of shitty things that went down, whether it was meant to or not, because of their own shit. You were a pawn, unfortunately, even though you were the catalyst. But you don't need to dwell on that. And I don't think you're dwelling on that. This part of emotional healing has fucking jack shit to do with them. Even if it was something that you went through with them as a teenager, it's still not them. The lesson here, the learning here is not to forgive that person or to forgive you. That's not what this is. This is emotional healing. It's what you buried. Whether they played part of it or not, it doesn't matter. This is not about them. You've already become the Empress. We learn lessons all through life, right? But now that we've already been the Empress and we've had that self-worth and we know what's next for us is great. And now we just mastered that and we're going to be able to connect to somebody on a whole new level is fucking magnificent. It's beautiful. It's what my soul craves. I don't need it because I can be content and happy on my own, but it's still something I want. You know what I mean? It's not something I need though. But knowing that you've already mastered Empress energy and self-worth and how long it took you to get there, years, okay, because of your own stubbornness, And you probably didn't have people on your journey to guide you. This person was lucky enough to have somebody on their journey, and they still chose to block the love that you shared with them, because you gave them your heart, your soul. You gave them all of you until they kept taking it away. But again, it was meant to happen, but they weren't meant to still be a fucking asshole. See what I'm saying? So don't justify this person's actions because they were a fucking dick. And their behavior was fucking ill. They probably brought you in to spite another energy that hurt them because they haven't mastered their own soul, their own heart, their own emotions. So they certainly couldn't have nurtured yours. I know how karma works. So now you're going to work on you. It's not about them. That's why I really, truly, honestly feel like there's a truce here. Like, it's not about fucking you. You know, it's not. You've already mastered the Empress. You won't entertain that. So I'm not worried about you repeating a cycle or going backwards. It's just focus on you, kickstart the emotional healing, whether it's just you've been healing. All the times that this person's made you cry already, you've been healing, okay? Because this is saying you're already at the ass end. You got something great coming towards you. You're on a brand new journey of empowerment, self-empowerment, and somebody will come along that's just as empowered as you and just as tuned as you and will be ready. They will be ready, and they have faced their own shit, and they will be ready to give you their soul. And you will be able to give the same to them. They're going to be just as empowered as you, just as independent, and it's a healing love. You have a healing love coming in, and it's both of you. It's not just, it won't just be you, because that person would want a healing love too. They would want love. They would want reciprocation. They would want balance. They would want emotional stability. You were dealing with somebody who was emotionally unstable, somebody who could not emotionally support you. And emotional support is a big deal in this day and age, any day and age. But I love that you mastered the Empress, so you're good with or without anybody. But it does look like you're going to get a gift in return, whether you decide to stay single and you travel the world, or you just get what you want, or a wish comes true. See what I'm saying? Either way, you will be emotionally happy with or without a partner. Get what I'm saying? It will be a wish, and it will be what's best for you. So whatever that is for you is coming. So just remember, this is about you. I already know that you know that this is already about you. But don't forget, this is about you. They have their own shit, their own lessons. If they can't figure it out, not your fucking problem. This is about you. I want to throw you one more card. Yeah, see, there's a gift at the bottom of this too. A new career opportunity, love opportunity, something will pay off. Could be a winning, it could be money, you could pay off debts. It's something. Okay. Underneath that's a Two of Cups. So some of you, it is a partner that will allow you to nurture them, and vice versa. Somebody that will reciprocate. But you must walk away from what no longer serves you. Why? Because you're the high priestess, and you already know not to hold on to fucking shit that doesn't serve you. Okay? So some of you, it will be a relationship. It could be a partnership. It could be a new contract. It could be a move. It could be all sorts of things. And it's right around the corner. And I know this is weekend energy, but this is here and now. So I want to say, like, if I pull within the next week, we know it's going to be more like you, right? Because this is you. If something doesn't serve you, it's not meant to be in your life right now. If something can't connect to you on this level, not meant to be on your life right now. Don't think this energy is going to wake up overnight. Okay? It's not about them. It's about you. So if you got that challenge coming at you, and I want this is, be careful you don't get tricked with this offer because there's something you're not seeing. Remember that offer was coming right toward you. You were right next to it, but the sun was reversed. So if you say, okay, let's give it a shot, you're growing on a false foundation because somebody's coming in to offer you something or something, but it's false. It's just so they don't lose you or however it plays for you. Because the offer is not pure. It's not something that can grow right now because there's still shit going on behind the scenes. They're doing shit behind your back. So fuck them. It really is like that. Fuck them. Right now it's about you. To me, you're not dwelling on their ass anyway. You already know that being the Empress energy. It still sucks, but it's not about them. So some of you, I'm telling you, you might have to block because you do have energy that's relentless. Okay. And there's shit going on behind your fucking back that they're choosing not to tell you, and it's not to benefit you. Okay. It's because they think it benefits them. I don't know who the fuck you're dealing with, but they clearly didn't know who the fuck they clearly underestimated you. So I guess I'm just gonna give you one card, maybe a sneak at. Well, I just kind of gave you a sneak at what's right around the corner. So I guess just one more card regarding this feminine energy. Nine of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. Either way, this is the minor arcana of the Empress. It's contentment, it's happiness, it's everything I basically just said. And it's like starting all over again, but in like a brand new way. And you might have a relationship that will deepen on a new level or trust your intuition. Okay. Or it's a new relationship. Okay. But don't forget you really are this person, tender-hearted, patient, loving. You probably lost that while being with that other energy, while helping the other energy. And that's okay too. Because you wouldn't have lost that if they were actually giving it to you. Yeah, see the Lovers. Intimate relationships, but carefully weigh your decisions. And good health. Were they affecting your health? See what I'm saying? So you probably will get tested again with that energy. Just listen to your gut. You guys will mend this if it's meant for you to mend it because it says relationships developing. Relationships develop on a new level. Okay. Or it's a new lover. Somebody that will hands down reciprocate. They will have the same goals as you, the same morals as you, the same. They want love like you want love. You know what I'm saying? But this isn't a situation that just came out weird. This isn't a situation where you want love or you need love. It's not like that. This is something you deserve to have because it's something your soul craves because love is more important than money. There's two most powerful things on earth, right? And love is more important to you. So you will get that energy reciprocated to you. It's ironic because these are two massive lessons. Self-worth is something you had to master and that you did. And you did it. It shows that you did because you had taken yourself out of a scenario. But the next lesson after that was these people, just because you know your self worth and you've learned so many lessons, did that person make you happy? Did that person feed your soul? Did that person take care of your soul? Were they considerate when it came to your soul, your emotions? Fuck no, they weren't. They were very insensitive with your feelings, very, very not good with your feelings. Hi, hi, what's up? If I come earlier, what time? I still have to drop the dog off. 2? Okay. I might be there like 2:10ish. Oh, okay, bye. So they were very careless with your soul. They were very careless with your feelings. That will not be how the next scenario plays out for you. Take care of you. I love you guys. I'm glad this all came out. I'm glad we were able to see something. I'm glad we got to the bottom of it. I'm glad we focused on this. Again, if you're anything like me, everything probably relates, but you didn't realize the depth of certain situations. But just congratulate yourself, honestly. If you really already knew that a situation wasn't good because it wasn't emotionally satisfying, you've already played part of this, whether you were aware of it or not. A majority of them telling you weren't, because this is right around the corner. That reciprocation, that's like a gift. To me, that would be a gift. It really would be. Somebody to actually be that in love and carefree and be that generous with their soul. It's unconditional love. Who doesn't want that? Well, there's many people that don't even know what that is. But that would be my number one wish. And I do have that with children. I do have it like with certain friends. But to have a partner like that is truly a blessing. That type of support is a blessing. So let this situation go. And for some of you, that could be them letting their situation go, that they've allowed themselves to deal with that other woman. Okay. And if that's how it goes, let your soul speak to you, because you are that person. You have that sixth sense when it comes to your soul. Don't underestimate yourself here, because somebody certainly did. Okay. And others of you, it will be a new scenario. It's whomever is meant to come in, because you're already aware. So if you were to go backwards, whether it's brand new or somebody from the past, and repeat cycles, and you know they're in it for the wrong reasons, and this person doesn't speak to your soul. If somebody's trying to mend something with you, your souls will connect. I really have no doubt that you'll be able to decipher fake and real. Okay, so I don't even need to really go there. Right now, it's all about you. Okay, I love you guys so much. What a great day, great weekend read. It really truly is. Take care of yourself right now. If something is not speaking to your soul on a soulful level, do what you have to do, because this reading is way too important to fall back into patterns. It's a given. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you shortly. Probably not tonight. I don't know. I'll see you soon. I love you so much. I love you too. Bye, guys. I love you too.